Hey everyone, this is Mike, and in today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about the balance changing that came to Levia 2 weeks ago. So a lot actually has changed. Now, first of all, her damage has been increased by quite a lot thanks to these changes, which was really needed because I started playing Luna and then really felt that Levia was so underpowered compared to Luna, Soma and a bunch of other characters. But with this recent change, she actually has quite a lot of damage herself again, which is quite nice. So the big changes came to Fang Step and I guess you could say Horn Smash in a sense. So back in the day when Special Agent was released, Fang Step would be reset every time you used Horn Smash or when you used Dimensional Singularity. And then you would spam Fang Step very briefly, just so that you could use the CDR on it to reduce the cooldown on Serpents Wall and Flash of Pain. Now, the resetting aspect of Fang Step has been completely removed. Now it does more damage, it has less ticks, so like it only has, I think, 4 instances of damage now instead of 6. So they adjusted the damage to that as well, so that the damage would still be the same as if you had the 6 ticks of damage. And instead of reducing the cooldown of Serpents Wall and Flash of Pain by only a little bit, it now reduces the cooldown by a lot. So for Flash of Pain, I think it's about half of the cooldown that it now resets. For Horn Smash, it's not Horn Smash. For Serpents Wall, it's pretty much the full CD that gets reduced when you use Fang Step. So you can use Horn Smash a lot. Not Horn Smash. There I go again. You can use Serpents Wall a whole lot more now thanks to this change. Now they also made a small change to Horn Smash, which makes it now that instead of just making Serpents Walls an instant cast instead of a 4-part ability, you can now also just use it in midair. So every time you see me cast Serpents Walls, you'll see that I just stay in the air and that I kind of like throw my side to the ground, I guess you could say. You're actually throwing like a mini copy of yourself that flies to the ground. But this is really good because back in the day when Special Agent got released, you already had this instant cast of Serpents Walls, but the problem with it was that you had to cancel out of it or you would end up on the floor. And that kind of was a bad thing because you don't want to be on the floor as Levia, because when you're on the floor you don't get your airstrike, and of course you are a mainly airstrike focused character. And then the other downside to it as well was that when you used Serpents Walls and you would cancel out of it too soon, then you would get no damage from it. So it was a little bit of a skill gap, I guess you could say, in between good and bad Levia players, that the good players would be able to time it and the bad players wouldn't. But it was kind of annoying, and now that we're all playing on the world server, which is located in America, from playing from the Europe, I've found it like sometimes with lag, that I cancel out of it too soon or too late, which was pretty annoying. But with this change you don't have to worry about it at all, because you can just execute it while in midair by holding down the downwards button with the arrow keys. So yeah, that's a really nice change. The change with Fang Step is quite nice as well. Her combat flow is completely different, but to me it actually feels a whole lot better now. So for the players that decided to throw away Levia for some of the newer, more flashy characters, I definitely recommend you revisit her again, because her playstyle's changed quite a bit. She's a lot stronger now, and she also is a lot more fun to play. So with that, I've said everything I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.